But because the rebel flag stood for slavery and oppression at a time, getting close on to 150, 160, 70 years ago, that it's just as evil as he is. And therefore, anybody who lives in an area that flew the flag, it's just as evil as he is. And the government's about to start throwing you all under the bus. Well, let me bring up a few inconvenient facts for these people in government that are trying this maneuver. They're trying to blame it on the Republicans again. Well, need I remind you all, it was a Republican in the White House who said, "Free the slaves." That's right. Well, Uncle Abe Lincoln was a Republican. You want to talk about modern slavery in this country? Well, let me define slavery the way I look at it. Anytime a person makes an attempt to control another person's activities by threat or by control of their finances is guilty of slavery. You're scratching your head saying, "What are you talking about, Embarado?" Well, if you sit around and collect a welfare check every month and you don't work, you don't even try to work, you're getting food stamps, you're getting Medicaid, are you not a slave because you have to toe the mark and you have to do everything the government tells you got to do, or they're going to take your money away from you, take your stamps away from you? Okay, think about it. That is a form of slavery. By the strictest definition of the word of slavery, that is a form of slavery. And who is it that's pushing for more and more and more for the welfare program? It ain't the Republicans, baby. It's the Dems and the liberals and the communists in the White House. Yes, I said communist. I've explained that to y'all before. His biological father, not the guy from Africa, his biological daddy, a pornographer and a card-carrying member of the CPUSA. His maternal grandfather, a card-carrying member of the CPUSA. Both had a very large hand in his psychological and mental upbringing. You think he's anything but what they trained him to be? I doubt it. So, I just want to make sure you all understand. If you voted for this guy, you're just going to get exactly what you asked for. And it ain't going to be a Toyota. So, now, because of what the Stars and Bars was at one time, and let us be clear, that movement died a century and a half ago. There are a lot of people, me included, who still hang a Stars and Bars. Not because I believed in slavery, quite the contrary. Let me be clear, had I lived during that conflict, I probably would have signed up with the Confederacy. Not because I agreed with slavery, but because I agreed that the primary reason for that war was about states' rights, as opposed to federal government rights. You see, very wise men wrote our Constitution, and they wrote a Bill of Rights. And the people who are currently running this country, i.e. Obama, sees that Bill of Rights as a negative document. Because it does not spell out what he can do to you. It spells out what he's not allowed to do to you. Let us be clear, it's that simple. Why do you think he's trying everything he can to trash the Constitution and Bill of Rights? Because he wants to turn this into a Pol Pot situation. He wants to be dictator for life. That's his real goal, you realize. I hope you realize it. If you don't, you've just heard it. Why do you think he has become the apologizer-in-chief instead of the commander-in-chief? You know, he told you before you elected him the first time exactly what he was going to do. It was all about hope and change. God, I hope they don't know what I'm doing before I get this country changed to suit me. That's what he was thinking when he was talking about hope and change. And then he talked about fundamental changes. He told you he was going to fundamentally change this nation. Hope you enjoy what you get. If you voted for him, I hope you enjoy what you get. Peace out.